Nice little puff, riding well. Now I've caught a wave. I can feel the boat accelerate. These little tiny waves, the waves can't be more than a foot, and they're a little bit choppy, but underneath the chop there is a following wave pattern, and I'm catching the waves every now and then. I love to surf, and even in these little conditions, surfing is a lot of fun. Yeah, you know, I was just thinking to myself, if I had a regular Boss Ama, these would be great conditions. I'd be going pretty good, but I would have put a reef in by now. I have not put a reef in this sail, but even though I would be having a 36 or 38 foot sail, I would still put a reef in under these conditions. Some people would not, but discretion is a better part of valor when you're out in the middle of the ocean. I'm going through some really shallow water here. I don't know, let's see, I'll try it with my paddle and see how deep it is. Yeah, it's 1 foot deep here. Plenty of room, plenty of room. One of the nice things about having a boat like this is you can cut some corners and go over some very shallow water. You just have to be careful that it's not too shallow and not an oyster bar, which is what I'm hoping. but yeah, I'm doing, I haven't quite hit 7 knots, 6.7. I haven't quite hit 7 knots today, but I have high hopes. Well, by golly, I got over 7 knots, 7.3 I think it was. Going right into the sun. This is probably going to be pretty bright, but kind of fun. It's really not blowing all that hard, but I'm getting over 7 knots there. It bounces around between like 6.8 and 7.2 or something like that. So that's pretty cool. I'm approaching St. Pete. Nice little kick up there. Approaching St. Pete, and the Skyway Bridge is ahead. Turn around, I'm beating now into the wind, and you can see that when you're going into the wind there's a lot more waves, a lot more spray. The sail is looking pretty good. The Yamas are holding up pretty good. So it's but I'm going what, 4 point something, almost 5 knots now, beating into the wind. Obviously when I turn around I can feel the wind a lot more. It's probably about 12 knots, maybe 15, gusting a little bit. So this should be fun. But once again, I'm on a nice beat. I'm doing a little over 5 knots. It is a hard beat home today. Tide turned against me a little bit. It's not so bad on this tack, but on the other tack it's a lot harder. Anyway, it's been a great day. There's the Lee Ama pushing through the water, doing a good job. The windward Ama is high and dry basically, and it's not submerged very far. I've got a pretty good wind here, maybe, I don't know, 12 knots, gusting 15, 16 knots, something like that. And it's doing really good. So I'm pretty happy with the performance of these basic Amas. You know, they're not as sexy looking as the classic Amas, but they really do a fantastic job. I might actually use these in the challenge. Just enjoying the run here. I'm tacking at a pretty good angle. I like this tack. On the other tech, I can't get quite this close to the wind. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it has to do with the tide, really. It's been a fun day out here on the water. It's very cool out for Florida anyway. Seawolf might have a different opinion whether it's cool or not. But I'm enjoying it, and gonna keep playing in these waves for a little while. Well, I'm getting quite a bit of spray in my face. Every now and then I hit a bigger wave and I get a little spray in my face, and kind of wakes me up and makes me feel good. I'm enjoying the weather. I like it when it's cool like this. I'd rather be on the cool side than the hot side most of the time, especially this time of year. And the water has calmed down a little bit. Every now and then there's maybe a two-foot wave or so. Most of it's about a foot. So it's not much out here wave action, but I am getting good wind. The boat's moving along very nicely. There's the shape of the sail. And she's doing pretty good for me. Five 5.7 knots, getting into the wind. Getting mighty cold out here for a Florida boy. Sail looks good. Coming up onto my beach there. Had a really nice day on the water today. Good speed, good splashing in the face, all that kind of fun.